Alright, we have the level 35 machinist? Wait, that's not right. Yeah, machinist, right? I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, level 35 machinist quest. You can tell I haven't really played this a whole lot. I think I have one at level... whatever, it doesn't matter. Always the last place you look, which is a funny saying if you didn't know, because everything that you're looking for, you always find it in the last place you look, because why would you look after that? So if you didn't know that kind of joke behind that saying, possibly unintended, possibly a Yogi Berra-ism, I'm not sure, actually. But anyway, level 35, given to us by Stephanivien, inside of the the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard. Or Foundation. I always called it Ishgard. I don't know why it's called Foundation. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Cutscene. He is, by the way, last time I did a machinist quest, he's a tallish Elizan man, kind of white puffy cotton sleeves, a green vest that is completely sleeveless, like it's actually kind of you can even see the shoulders. He's got a backwards cap on, goggles over above his eyes. Yeah, whatever. You can picture the rest yourself. Greetings, Mercy. Have you become practiced at defeating your foes from a distance? With the range of our weapons, even skyborn dragons will learn to respect the threat posed by a trained machinist. Despite the proven efficacy of our cannons and ballistas, however, many knights of Ishgard continue to eschew firearms in favor of the spear and the sword. Ah, the creaking chains of tradition. Hark! The very creaking I spoke of draws near. In the door is a Ishgardian nobleman and his bespectacled helper, maybe? I don't know. Ugh, this stifling heat and sulphurous stench. I can scarcely breathe. And worse, I can scarcely bear the sight of mine own son garbed in such filthy garments. Why must you persist in this infatuation with smithing of all things? He doesn't look like he's old enough to be this dude's son, or father. It is called machinistry, father, and you need not come at all if the air in the workshop so offends you. Would that I could shed this onerous duty, but as manufactory chief, I must need supervise its operations. Supervise? You barely visit but once a moon, and relegate every management task to Fromalot. And what of it? Smithing is a commonest profession, even as overseer in the role of a noble. Even as overseer is the role of a noble, sorry. As one of the four founders of Ishgard, House Haillenarte enjoys a privileged position. This is Count Baron Duin. Bravo A-U-R-E Nancy Delta O-U-I Nancy. Haillenarte. It's H-A-I-L-L-E Nancy A-R Tom E. Haillenarte, okay. I always thought there was an I after that, okay. As one of the four founders of Ishgard, House Haillenarte enjoys a privileged position, but misfortune has waged a constant war of attrition on our forces, and our claim to that position grows weak. Thus must we attend to our duties with uncommon zeal, even duties as common as this one. But we shall not suffer this mean predicament forever. No, my son, you will reclaim the honor of our family with spear in hand. You must needs become a knight of skill non-parallel. Non-parial. Nancy O. Nancy Paul A-R-E-I-L. Non-parial. I don't know that word. And bear our flag onto the field of battle. Father, the face of war changes with each passing day. Soon will come a time when machinists shall form the bulk of our armies. Should you cling to these stagnant ideas of yours, sorry, my eyes didn't them, you'll be swept over by the wave that carries us forward. I'd try of your flights of fancy, Stephanivien, without successes to back them. Your arguments ring as empty as my treasure room. The Holy See has announced a tourney. You will best serve your house by returning to the practice field, and thence claiming victory in the melee. Melee, however you want to pronounce it. I regret that you were subject to our squabble. His father and his guy, his assistant, whatever, left. I regret that you are subject to our squabbles, but Father's attitude is sadly representative of the greater part of Ishgard's populace. Their heads may as well be made from the stone of the city walls. I have, however, designed a weapon of such brilliance that the light of its potential will penetrate even the densest mind. This name again. Rostenthal and Joy will accompany me to Raincatcher Gully to gather materials for the prototype. Why don't you join us? Practicing your marksmanship in Ishgard will only invite suspicion and ridicule, and this is the perfect opportunity to receive further tutelage from Rostenthal, that you might also train under the warm rays of Lenosha's sun is simply a fortuitous boon. I think I just started calling him Rost, if I remember correctly. Alright. It's only 3:36 to teleport. Wait, I don't think that's connected, right? Yeah, Summerford Farms, you have to go all the way down there. Okay, so no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'll just go to Wineport. 370 something to teleport to Wineport. And we fly south in eastern Lenosha. Hey, Lenosha, don't you know? So. Dragonflies in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Probably even more than twice. Dragonfly. Flying over, like, this area is kind of jungly, but more sparse. On the trees are thin and tall-ish. We find Rost looking at a broken tower, maybe, in a swamp. We'll talk to Ross to continue. He is the Rogadin that didn't want to train me, and then I remember, like, I think somebody shot a gun out of his hands, like, I think the female assistant, Joy? Yeah. Impressed the heck out of Ross. Got yourself dragged out here as well, did ya? The boss said he needed some Magitech part, and I just had to open me big gob about this Garlean wreck in the gully. It's been rusting here for nigh on 5 years now, though, so any useful bits and bobs was likely stripped out long ago. But seeing as we've trekked all this bloody way, we might as well see how far you've come in your shooting. Go say hello to the other two and keep them safe while they can concentrate on their scrounging. Other two. Damn it. Go into the swamp a bit. There is a big level 34 Gubu that I'm probably going to have to kill here. I don't see another way around it. Oh, no, Stephanivien is over here. We'll see. Why is only... These level 33s aren't aggro, but the level 34 is. It's interesting. We find Stephanivien. Ah, you came. Splendid. Though I'm afraid the rewards have yet to meet the risk of this monster-infested crash site. And speaking of monsters... I believe I did the math. And for 2 or less enemies, at least for machinist, a single target is better. Did I do it for machinist or only for... I don't know, I didn't. But I look at it this way, right? So right now at level 36, it might get better at a different level, but level 36, let's say you're fighting 2 monsters, and its single target is 140 plus 210, so that's 350 plus 270, so that's 620. Okay, and 620 divided by 2 is 310. Meanwhile, Spread Shot is my only AoE currently, and it does 110 in a cone. For that, you actually multiply by 2, because it's hitting 2 enemies each round, and you get 220. So, single target, way better. When you reach 3 targets, it becomes 330, which is only slightly better than the 310 you get from the single target rotation. So you could make a case for, like, especially if you have to focus down one target in a group. But once you hit 4 more targets, it's definitely spread shot all the way. I would still I'd say 3 or more. I would still be doing spread shot. I mean, it is mathematically better, but again, if you need to target, like, get something down fast before, like, it might get a cast off, you know. We talked to Joy over on the other side of this wreckage to continue. Practicing your marksmanship, are you? Maybe I'll have half a moment's peace to look for this part while you watch me back. Ugh, not again. Take care of that, would you, Mercy? Here we go. There's 3. And the Gooboo. Yeah, got the level 34 Gooboo too. I have my Chocobo, but the, like, bug clouds, the jungle midges, they're going down. And the Gooboos already. What the heck? Why are you not getting? Oh, you're not getting hit. I didn't get that guy. I wasn't hitting one of the bug groupings with my spread shot. Didn't even notice. And talk to Rosenthal to continue. You've been working at those shots, eh? You've been working at those shots, haven't you, lass? I'd say you're good and ready to... Bloody hells, that's a big one. You're up, Mercy. A level 35 jungle Gooboo. Okay, let me speak with Rost again. Rostenstall. Aye, nice form, lass. Tightly grouped shots. Now, was it just me eyes playing tricks, or did somewhat other than guts drop out of that thing's belly? I hand him something. Looks like a bit of machinery. The boss would have a better idea than me. God, my accent for him is horrible. I'm so sorry. So sorry. We head over to Stephanivien here. Can't click him. There we go. Confound it. All this way and not to show for it. Aside from your obvious improvements in marksmanship, of course. What's that you have there? And over a Magitech gyroscope number 41. It looks like a crate. So, you know, it's probably in the crate. Whatever. Cutscene. And this spilled out along with the creature's innards, you say? Extraordinary. By the Fury, do you know what this is? You found the very component I was searching for. That's wonderful, me lordship, says Joy. Our fortunes took a turn for the better the moment you walked through the workshop doors, Mercy. Finding a rare Magitech part in a beast's belly ain't fortune. That's bloody sorcery. So I'd think if I didn't see you shoot the damn thing with my own 2 eyes. Nice work there, by the way, Mercy. I can already hear the whirring of my invention come to life. Come, we must return to the manufactory at once. I'll teleport there. It wasn't expensive. Be nice if you guys just took me back with you, but that's cool. Whatever, guys. Whatever, guys. Oh, 278. I was like 3 something. Whatever. It does say Ishgard on this, like, more, the wider, the map that's, like, more zoomed out. It says Foundation like everywhere else. Alright. We use the Ethernet to go to, you guessed it, this actual manufactory Ethernet. You can hop these stairs a little bit. You can sprint if you want to, or hop your Peloton. Either way. Talk to Stephanivien to complete the quest. That truly was a stroke of luck, Mercy. With that wretchedly rare gyroscope in hand, 'twill only be a matter of time until I have a working prototype. Instead of twiddling your thumbs until its completion, however, you shall have your hands full mastering a new skill. Rost bade me pass on to you the particulars of Heat Blast. Train hard, my friend. We get Heat Blast. And we got this. We're gonna have a little animation on the black screen where you, like, not black screen, but raise our hand. Like, hey, we got Heat Blast, buddies. Yay. And Heat Blast is 25 Yalm range, 1.5 second recast, 200 potency, single target hit. Reduces the recast time on both Gauss round and Ricochet. I have Gauss round. That's my V currently. 30-second charge time, 2 charges. Each hit does 130 potency, single target. I don't think that I have... I don't have Ricochet yet. It might be like a... I would guess it's like a 30-second cooldown or 40-second cooldown AoE thing. Yeah, 30-second cooldown, 130 potency to the first enemy, 40% for all the remaining, 40% less for all the remaining. In a cone to all nearby oh no, yeah. So it's you target an enemy and it does damage to it, that enemy and then nearby as well. That's level 50, so it's gonna be a little bit. But can only be executed when firearm is overheated, which is what hypercharge is for. So I would assume. Oh, I remember now. I remember doing this. You overheat. Every attack you do, well, except for like the off global cooldowns, but your single target rotation and your AoE all give 5 heat gauge, and every 50 heat gauge you can use hypercharge. So like it'd be roughly every what? I think the global is about 2.5 seconds, give or take. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't really matter. But like maybe every 25 seconds. That seems too short. I don't think you can overcharge every 2.5 or 25 seconds. Anyway, but yeah, I think you pop hypercharge. You get 5 stacks of overheated. The potency of single target weapon skills increases by 20 for 10 seconds. And then yeah, you have heat blast. I don't remember the exact method, the rotation that you do at that point, but battery gauge 50. That's different. I don't have battery gauge right now, do I? I just have. Later. Okay. Anyway, that is the quest. always the last place you look. That's the video. Sorry about my ramblings afterward and maybe a little bit before, but I'll see you next time for the next video. I don't know what it's going to be because I need to get my item level up high enough to continue the storyline. I gotta hit like 705. Wait, is that what it is? Yeah, 705, and I'm like 693 or something like that, so it's gonna suck. I don't know, I'm gonna have to buy pieces or run a bunch of... I think you can run like UA Yawata Field Station a bunch, and you'll get the drops you need over time. But I don't know. Anyway, see you guys next time.